Good morning. It is about 5:30. I am gonna go get coffee started. Bear says, "Mom, it's too early for this bullshit. Can you go let me into Dad's room?" No, because it's too early for that bullshit. Yes, but he's a very good boy. And he slept up here again because there was a thunderstorm last night. And he does not like it, so he slept up here with me. Oh, what a good boy. Yeah. Good job, buddy. Okay. Mama's gotta go make coffee, huh? You're stupid. You could just stay here and prepare. I know I could. I could do that all day. It would be very fun for me. Good boy, Bear. Oh, yes. Yeah? Okay. Yes. Good morning. We don't have any appointments today, which is awesome. So I might go to the pet food store. Sean has his occupational therapist coming by the house. So, yeah. There's perks to not being able to leave the house. I'm kidding. Okay, so y'all remember I said I was going to show you the mountains yesterday? Well, I forgot. But, morning. There they are. Da 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 da. They're so pretty. I love the mountains. They're so freaking pretty. So, today they have clouds all around them, and I definitely wanted to show you how pretty. So, yeah, the sky is gorgeous because we had another thunderstorm last night. Oh my god. We love monsoon season. Monsoon season. It's hard to say. My jaw is very tight today. So, yeah, I'm gonna do stuff. Not gonna smoke cigarettes. Oh. So, yeah. Bala bala. It's so pretty. I love it. So I don't have to water my chill. Whoa, we're still very zoomed in. Oh, perfect. Okay. So yeah, my garden got watered last night by the storm. Hello, put the buds. Oh, so pretty. So pretty, so pretty. It was very windy, so. Did you fall down? Yeah, that one got broken. You could see this one broke. So I might, yeah, finish that decapitation. I'm so sorry. Okay. So, yeah, it got really windy last night, as you can tell. Pretty much, everyone's okay. I was trying to see the artichoke because this guy be putting out leaves like ain't nobody's business. So I'm so excited for that. Other than that, you know what? I gotta go make breakfast. I'm just gonna stand out here acting like I don't get super duper hungry super duper early. Bitch. So, yeah, I could stare at plants forever. So, Bear's out here somewhere, but he'll be fine. He really wanted me to let him into Sean's room, but I thought it was a little early. Poor Sean does not get up as early as I do. It's the sun. The sun wakes me up. It's not my fault. Orange naranja. Hopefully that white balance will sort itself out. But, yeah. So, time to get breakfast started. Alright, so I've got my breakfast, another mixed berry malted meal. I have it most mornings, and I have for like 18 months or some shit. So it gets kind of boring, but also it really doesn't because it's just so I can make it in my sleep and it doesn't matter to me. So yeah, it's also like I did the math on the calories the other day because I don't count calories. I'm too lazy for that. But the other day I calculated this business with 3 tablespoons of malto meal because that's the serving size, 1 teaspoon of butter, half or a full cup of berries. I cannot recall. Um, Half cup of whole milk, and the calories came out to 330 calories, which is less than I thought it would be. So yeah, I thought it would be closer to like 5, but it's 330. So neato queen. I thought that was an acceptable number for a breakfast that includes whole milk and butter. So I also put whole milk in my coffee, but what are you gonna do? So there's a local dairy that we get our milk from. We actually drove by it the other day, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's the cows! Hi, cows!" Um, so that's cool. Living in farm country is really neat like that. Mm. Mm. It's a fine breakfast. You know, I like to make Sean eggs or oatmeal. He can eat. He likes oatmeal. I'm not a fan myself, but by the way, earlier when I said not being able to leave the house has its perks, um, Sean can't leave the house by himself because he's in a wheelchair. That happened in February. We're still trying to figure out the medical reason, but that's what I meant by that. Just like, not like I hold the keys. Although, in a way, I do, which I feel like would be very stressful. So, I make him eggs and oatmeal. Mmm. Mm. I think today, oh, I should make a to-do list. After my breakfast, I will make a to-do list. I don't think I'm gonna go walking with my neighbors today. I'm really, really sore, and I would like to stay closer to home than that. So I think I'm gonna get on the treadmill and walk there so that I'm not far away from the house in case of pain. This hand, actually, it's just the right side of my body. Honestly, it's like starts at the collarbone, but I don't need to complain so much. This isn't like a woe is me thing. I'm just letting you know what the hap is fucking. So, yeah. I'll try to get some dog treats, go on a walk, find editing software. I want to find editing software. Oh my god. So, like, yeah. I want to do that. I feel like there's probably some laundry that I could fold. But I did that on camera, so I'm not going to do that on camera again. Could you imagine? It's just all multi-meal and folding laundry. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's fucking chill. It's fucking chill. I might not get on as much today because half of my stuff is gonna be like, ow, and this part hurts, and this part hurts, and this part hurts. So I'm gonna try to only get on here when I need to talk about smoking. Smoking. So, I was like thinking about like the algorithm. Ooh, capital A algorithm. I For a person who is like just starting their YouTube channel, I don't really think I need to like consider that much at all. I know that I'm not very kid friendly, advertiser friendly. Let's be real. Kids are not what YouTube is concerned about. The advertisers. Talking about smoking and cursing and all of that business. But yeah, I think that's fine, especially because like I am doing this not for AdSense. Now, if I get paid, fuck yeah. Let's fucking go. I would absolutely love that. But the main course is going to be me quitting smoking. That's what I get out of YouTube. And yeah, I want to. It's like the most unhealthy thing I do in my life by leagues. And I used to be a very, very unhealthy person, and now we're
aware of nutrition and water intake and, you know, and then we're still smoking. So, stop. Alto.
Okay, hopped on the treadmill because the pain is just everywhere and it's so frustrating, and usually walking helps it a little bit, so we're just gonna do 1.5 miles, and then see if I can make it to the dog food store, because Bear is a good boy and he deserves his treats. So I'm gonna try go do that. You know what else though? We have to get cash today, so because fun fact, we're getting an inversion table. Woo! We found a used one for $50 and we're gonna use that. Sean and my therapist have both suggested we use the inversion table for each of our medical things. So convenient. So I decided to take a little break after going to get dog food, and I decided to work on my cross stitch. I am making just my type. He's a typewriter. Oh, so cute. That's cool. I did that for like an hour, and now I am going to get up and do some dishes. And then I might take a nap because it's like noon or 1. I think it's closer to noon. Good afternoon. It is time to start dinner plans. So today I'm having a fuck around and find out meal. I'm gonna make empanadas. You were plugged in. Sorry about that weird angle. I'm gonna make empanadas, and to make the empanada dough, I am using fucking guinea eggs. Bum bum bum. These are small. Boop. So the recipe called for 1 large egg, so I am estimating that 3 tiny ones will be about the same weight. Liquid weight, because when you're working with flour, that's the important thing, is to balance the dry and the wet. This is lard. Oh, bam. Bam. Manteca. I am using lard because it does not require refrigeration, as it says. That side's in Spanish. There you go. Refrigeration not required. Lard. So, armor. Manteca. Lard. Boom. See, things like this, they help me learn Spanish. I did not know it was manteca. So, the flour is local. Ha ha ha. I am a big food nerd, and I like having local food. I have found some cheap-ish places to get it. It's been really fun. So we're going to try to make empanadas. The filling for the empanadas is yak meat, because the other day I made yak ribs, and while the spice was delicious, they were tough as hell because I overcooked the shit out of them. It was my fault. It wasn't the meat's fault. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that meat and I am going to put it in empanadas. And I have some Mexican melting cheese that I'm going to put in there. I can't remember the name of it right now, but, I'll show you. So, we put the lard in the pantry because it does not require refrigeration. I mean, I just like it. It's, I don't use it all the time. It's really not an ingredient I'll use a lot. So, but when you can, why not? Get a bunch of different kinds of fats in your diet. The internet's going to be like, bitch, what the fuck? Stick around, find out. It's going to be fun. All right. I have been trying to get a hummingbird for days. And here is a little hummingbird. He's hanging out, trying to avoid the winds. Oh, he looked at us. Hello. I have hummingbird feeders around the yard, and oh my god, they are such sugar junkies. And I love the shit out of them, even when they kind of dive on my face because they're fighting each other. But look how teeny he is. So, like, this is the normal zoom, and he's so small. But I can see him all the time from my kitchen window. Okay, here is my shaggy dough. I'm going to wrap it in plastic, put it in the fridge for half an hour. I say though that if you don't want to use lard, you could just use butter. And if you don't want to use butter, you can use vegetable oil. You can probably even make this vegan if you want to use aquafaba instead of eggs. Love that there's a fly in my house. Yeah, you could use aquafaba instead of an egg. And shoot, what else is in it? No, I just had fucking flour, salt, baking powder, not baking soda. I cannot ever keep those straight when I'm reading a recipe. I said salt. Ice water. Yeah, and then your fat. Yeah, and then you wrap it on up, put it in the fridge. Mix the aquafaba and the water together before you put it in with the dry ingredients. And that's how you make a vegan empanada crust. So I finished the dough, I put it in the fridge, and next what I'm going to do is prepare the filling. But the thing is, I really want a cigarette, like so bad. And my husband is upstairs taking a nap. So I could just take a pack and I could just go out back and just like smoke a little bit, and it would be, no one would know. I could just keep it a secret, keep it on the shush, keep it quiet, and just not tell anybody. But I'm not doing that. Instead, I'm doing this. Instead, I'm making a fool of myself with funny voices and not smoking. And it's fine. It's fine. I just really understand why I started smoking while I was a waitress. You know, you just want to step out of the kitchen, go have a little break. I love cooking. It is so much fun and it is such an adventure, but it's also a puzzle that works my brain, and I want to go smoke about it because you just go, you stare, especially there's a storm happening right now. Oh, friends, let me unplug you and show you the storm. Look at that. There's some crazy winds happening. And the sky is pretty intense. Could go outside, but then he wouldn't be able to hear me. So, I just love him. I would go out there and have a little smoke and just then come back in and then do the filling. But I will not do this. I will stay inside. I will get a glass of water and I will just make the filling. Why not? Let's look at that cheese, shall we? Okay. Let's look at this cheese. Queso. ¿Qué queso? No sé. No sé ahora. Pero. Hard skim melting cheese. Yes. Oaxaca? Oaxaca. Oaxaca? Espanol, eh? When they throw the X in there, I get confused. But you know, that's the queso. See, it says, let's see. Hard skim milk melting cheese. El Mexicano. Mexican melting cheese. Yeah. So I just really want a cigarette still. It's so funny. But no, we're gonna, oh, I'll show you the ribs. I'll show you the bear. Hi, the bear. What doing? Bear is here to say hi. Hi, bear. Do you want some belly rubs? Or just scritches? You want scritches? Okay. Hi, bear. Hi. Oh, what a good boy. Oh, bear says no, not right there. What you want? You want to sniff the hand? Yeah, bear want to see if you were saying the cheese word a lot, Mom. Yeah, but not right now, sweetness.
We always give him. Oh, his ear's so itchy. Oh, look at that, buddy. Are you getting? I always worry about him too much. Sean says he's fine, and he's fine most of the time, but you know, he has a tendency to lick his ear gunk off. Listen, he doesn't have another dog to clean his ears, so I help him out. Yeah, you want me to rub in there? Oh yeah, Bear says, thanks, mama. Thanks, mom. I do it with friggin' rags too, but you know, look at that. He's so excited. It's disgusting. I'll wash my hands. Don't worry. I'll wash my hands. Hi, Bear. Interrupted me in the kitchen. Yeah, because Bear knows that you need a break, because you said it was stressful with the cigarette cravings, Mama. You're right, Bears. He's a good boy. Aw. You help me out? Yeah, Mom. Bear always helps Mom. You're right, Bear. I'm sorry about the thunderstorm. It'll be okay, though. You'll be safe. I don't know where I'm looking. Good boy. Yeah. Mwah. Okay, why don't you go sit? Okay, these are the yak ribs that I made us. This is from Chama Valley Meats. Ooh, what is it called? It is called, Chama Valley Meat Co. And it's from fucking Chama. This is ground yak, but those are ribs, obviously. But yeah, so I mean, they tasted good. Tasted a lot like beef. We've had yak and lamb and beef and rabbit. Yak and lamb. Pork. All of these from local places, and yeah, this area is teeming with farmers. I fucking love it here. So you know, it's going to be really fun to try to make this local meat that I kind of ruined because I overcooked it into something way more edible. Well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the bones and I'm going to run the meat through a food processor. I'm going to heat it up in the pan with maybe some onions? Question mark. Make a little bit, and then the cheese. And then I'll crumble the cheese up in there. Somehow after it looks raw, which is funny. But it's probably, I mean, a combination of the spices. But, like, it's gorgeous meat, right? Like, ooh, I caught it. Don't worry. I am such a food nerd, and look at that. God damn. It's gorgeous. It just, I can't chew it. And, like, my husband even had a hard. It's not just my bad jaw. And I really want to eat this meat, so let's fucking go. Okay, so I got my oaxaca. I'm just gonna commit to that. Cheese grated. Boom. Cheese. You know, it tastes a lot like mozzarella, but a little saltier. Oaxaca. Fucking hooked on Farmer's ass bitch right now, I'll tell you that. Okay, and then also I'm doing, whoops. I got the yak in the pan and browned an onion first. Put the yak in the pan, and now I'm gonna just put in a little cilantro. Because, yeah, onion and cilantro? Fuck yeah. Okay. I like cilantro. How much? Put in that much. Follow your nose, bros. Don't come. I'm not a recipe channel. I'm a stop smoking channel. Also, I probably grated a little bit of my thumb into the cheese, but I think I'm going to make a bunch of empanadas and then freeze some of them. And then I'll have more because there's like a lot of yak meat over there. That's a lot of. It's a lot of empanada. That's a lot of empanada. So, I really want a cigarette. I'm not going to have one. So, I'm just going to continue with the meat. And then I can make the empanadas like the dough circle, like the circle. So I don't have a tortilla press, but I looked online and you can just use a cutting board on a countertop. And so that's what I'm going to use. And you got to have parchment paper and then squish it. I figured out our side dish. I am going to refried beans. I got some pinto beans on the fire. Once those boiling, I will add vegetable oil, I think. Because you've added fat, right? And that gets the thickening going. The thickening. And then after a bit with the fat, I use a hand mixer. I just use a hand mixer and I buzz through them. Yeah, because I cook. Okay, so I cooked these beans from dry beans. So I added garlic and black pepper already. And I'll probably add a little bit more garlic powder, maybe some cayenne, maybe ancho chili. I don't know, maybe some kind of hot spice, a spicy powder. It is raining. Let's go see how loud it is. Let's go see the rain. I set fire to the rain, watch it burn. That's all I know of that song. Oh. It's gorgeous, dog. I have been just bitching about the lack of rain recently, and look at this. So smells good, feels good, looks good. Gosh, I haven't had to water my garden in like 5 days. It never happens. So we're just like, it's monsoon season or whatever, but I don't know if you're aware, New Mexico has been in a drought since like 30 years? Over 30 years? Not sure. A long fucking time. Seems like at that point the goalpost would move, but I guess I don't know. In the grand scheme of things, 30 years probably isn't even that long. The planet says, haha, bitch, I can't even make topsoil in 30 years. You think rain patterns should change in 30 years? It's nice out here. Yes. Alright. I'll go back to cooking. Now we have 13 little empanada dough balls. They're all between 60 and 64 grams. New kitchen scale. Very useful. Okay. Next, what we are going to do is we're going to take board. I'm going to move it out of the way. And then we'll take a piece of parchment paper. We'll put that there. And then we take a ball. Put it here. And then this piece of parchment paper is too small, but for example purposes, you put another piece on top and then you squish it with this. And it should come out as a circle. So we get a bigger piece of parchment paper and we'll see if that is true. Oh, that's Bear. Playing with his treat there. Yeah, Bear likes it. Bear watch Mom cook a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how it works because I did the 12 of them and it works super easy. So I put it like I showed you in that last clip, and then you take your cutting board and you just fucking hulk out. You fucking smash, dog. It kind of helps to like move it in a circle, if that makes any sense. Oh yeah. Okay. Then take it off. I'll show you. Boom. Boom shakalaka. And if you don't like, if it's not thin enough for you, you just take your rolling pin and you fucking make it thinner. So that's the vibe. Next, I will get all these filled up and ask Sean how many empanadas he wants, and then I'll freeze the rest. Well, I mean, I'm gonna have some, so freeze the ones Sean and I do not want. Time to fill the empanadas. So, let's try this. We got meat. We got empanadas. So this, we only need like 2 teaspoons. It's a fairly stretchy dough, but you don't want to push it. So maybe 2 tablespoons. Maybe 2 tablespoons instead of teaspoons. Listen, whatever this is, I don't measure shit. Okay, follow your nose. Okay, so then you can get it closer to the camera so people could see. Haha! And you lift it off your parchment paper. And you are folding this shit. Oh, yeah. I pushed it. It's okay. It's okay. It'll be fine. Okay, then you take a fork and you pinch it shut. You want to be pretty insistent on it closing. You must say to the dough, shut your face. Okay, and then we have selfie. We have this. Now I'm worried about this, but oh bloody, this put too much filling in. I have the too much gene, and it's a problem. Okay, I got these 6 that I'm just gonna put in our freezer. If they're they are frozen, I will put them in like a baggie or something. But like, they're very squishy right now, so I'm just gonna let them freeze first. Time to put the empanadas in the oven. Woo. Before I forget and look like a fool, that cheese is not Oaxaca. It's Oaxaca. Yeah, my husband informed me it is indeed Oaxaca and not whatever the fuck I said. So, I told you guys though, the letter X in Spanish, it fucks me up. Empanadas are done, and I wanted to show you. Da-da-da-da, empanadas and refried beans. Okay, I wanted to be sure to say goodnight tonight, because I didn't do that last night. Y'all, after dinner, I just get so fucking tired. Like an 80-year-old, I'm just... So, the empanadas were absolutely fantastic. They rocked my socks off. The pinto bean, like the refried beans, could use some work. I don't know what was with those dried beans I got, but I have not been able to use them successfully. And then, yeah, I had some leftover birthday cake after dinner. I'm excited to have this birthday food out of my house because I want to eat all of it immediately. And I don't want to do that. But I will eat it eventually. Slower than I want to eat it, but I don't want to waste it either. It's a balance. And if I gain a little weight, I gain a little weight. I'll get it back off. I'm exhausted. I look so tired. Okay. Good night, you guys. Good morning. Good morning. It is about 5:15. I did not sleep very well last night. That's okay. It do be like that sometimes. I'm gonna do some yoga this morning because I'm very, very sore. And also, Sean is asleep in the bed in the living room, so I don't want to go down like earlier than normal. If I can help it. Sometimes I can't help it, and I go down there at like 4 in the morning. That poor man. I did a little 10-minute yoga. Shoulder's feeling a little bit better. Good. That's nice. But I also think I heard Sean making coffee. There's a bit of a running joke where I always get up too early for him to make coffee. And he would love to make coffee for me, but I just keep getting up at like 2 in the morning, deciding that's what time it is to get the day started. Like, yeah, no, you fool, stop. I wanted to show you the mountains. There's fog. Woo! I would show you like the neighbors' houses, but I don't want to show houses as much as I can. But yeah, doesn't that look gorgeous? I am such a fan of the mornings sometimes. Well, I mean, morning is our time of day. I am an annoying morning person, so that's why all my vlogs start at like 5 in the morning. Alright, we are back on the treadmill because... well, first of all, just the treadmill is good for you, right? It doesn't always have to be to just combat chronic pain, but like, particularly this morning, that is what I'm using it for. And my goal
is to get the pain down, do my PT exercises, and start editing this here vlog. Day 4 of doing this, and I don't want to just fill up my phone because, I mean, obviously you don't want to do that. I don't need a because there. So, yeah, we'll try to get those videos off my phone, put them together, see how long it is, what the vibe is. If I hate it, we'll fucking see, you know? So, other than that, I made malto meal this morning and oatmeal for Sean. Yeah, we're gonna go 1.5 miles, see if that helps some of this pain. It just feels like I have too much fluid in every joint. So it's like, can't bend them properly. And we want to. We like mobility, dog. So, gonna keep that up. I feel like I have to like fight for it. You know that fight or flight thing when you get too much pain? I definitely always choose fight.
Hi. In the interest of full transparency, I have had 2 cigarettes today. Up until today, I'd been having about 1 cigarette every 12 hours. So like 6 cigarettes since I started quitting, which is decidedly less than the 20 cigarettes a day I was having. So I'm a little disappointed this morning that I've had 2. Because I had my first one at like 5:30 and then my second one at like 9, and it's like, that's 3.5 hours instead of 12. Not great. So I had like an anxiety thing this morning, so I was like, we're gonna have a cigarette instead of a panic attack. So that's fun, I guess. Today is rough, but I could have done a meditation instead of smoking a cigarette, because I did right after I smoked the cigarette, came back upstairs, did a meditation. Now I'm going to do yoga again today. The first one I did was like 10 minutes. It was just mild stretching. I'm not someone who does yoga for hours and hours. I just, especially when I'm having a high pain day, I find it very useful to be in that deep breathing space. Again, I've been a smoker since I was 18, and I'm still just like, yay, breathing. Like, really? Okay. Whatever. We're gonna do yoga for chronic pain. I keep having to switch my arms, they get tired. Yoga for chronic pain, and see how that goes. I like to use Yoga with Adrienne, by the way. She is a fantastic YouTube resource. A lot of her videos are on YouTube. I'm just going to end up plugging every YouTube channel I've ever watched, and it's going to end up being like half of YouTube. Okay, now that I have done, I think, all of the physical self-care that I think is wise for the day, I am going to go get a snack. My meds kicked in a little bit, so that's nice. Oh, my face. Yeah, we're gonna go get a snack. We're gonna get avocado. We're gonna get the date brownie bite things that I like to make. I have also, in the past couple of days, eaten and drank a lot of sugar. I used this, but it was non-alcoholic. I really don't, whatever, doesn't matter. What it was ginger ale and juice, which is just like all the sugar with like nothing good in it. And then the baked goods I've been having, a lot of sugar, and that can cause an inflammatory response. So today will be none of that. It will be no baked goods. It will be no sugary drinks. It will, tonight, I think we're gonna have a chickpea curry, because I can put ginger and turmeric and garlic and all that in there and have a good time. So no added sugars today. Sean is such a good dog dad. Bear is outside. He was just borfing his head off about something that I don't know. And I was coming to check on Bear, and Sean was already doing that, making sure he's okay. I managed to get all of the clips I've already recorded, downloaded. I'm now upgrading my video editing software. And I'm having a cup of green tea with red Chinese ginseng. I have compiled all the clips from my birthday. It's about 20 minutes long. That's gonna be a long vlog. Like 20 minutes times 7 is going to be 140 minutes, which is over 2 hours. That's 2 hours and 20 minutes, which, I mean, I guess is fine. You know, it'll probably be some more, some less on any given day. I had to stop because the audio was frustrating me. My headphones started crackling, and then I was just trying to play it through my speakers, and then it stopped playing any audio at all, and I was like, that's not what we want. So I was gonna knit, but I realized I need to do the dishes first, so I'm gonna go do the dishes first. I can start knitting again on this thing. It's just a nice little cotton tunic. I even got the colors really similar. Usually I don't fuck with the colors on a knitting pattern. No shade, it's just there's a lot of like pastels and other colors to make the pattern pop on Ravelry. I'm not about that poppy color life. I don't know if you've noticed, most of my attire so far has been like green and beige. So, I mean, I have other colors, but anyway, I'm gonna make my green and beige tunic. I think in my last clip, I talked about like, oh my god, I edited the first day and it's like 20 whole minutes. And that means if we do the math, it's gonna be over 2 hours. I don't care, because I should be using this to stop smoking, not to like please an audience, especially because I don't have one. So that's dumb. So I'm going to just do my original plan. The only issue that might actually exist is that we have really shitty Wi-Fi. We have what is called directional Wi-Fi. So our internet blows. And I mean, it's better than the other options in the area, according to my IT professional husband. I will believe him on that because I don't know how that shit works. So, yeah, anyway, it's the best in our area, but it's still kind of crap, and so I'm concerned about it being able to upload an entire 2-hour video. However, I won't know if that is the case until I try it, so I'm gonna go ahead with my original plan and just give that a go. I went to go get a jar of bone broth out of my freezer, and I was really hoping that at least one of the jars had made it, but I accidentally put them in the freezer too early and they exploded. And you could see they didn't explode because there was no room. They exploded because I put them in there when it was too hot. Regardless, that means I can't eat them. Like, there was one of the jars that I kind of chipped away at the broken glass and like strained the broth and all that goodness. But then I was just really afraid of eating glass. So set you right there for a moment. This is in me way. Maybe this one's not broken. Hey. Maybe. Yeah. This one's not broken. Woohoo! Okay, so we have one. But where did the lid of this one go? Oh, all the way in the fucking bottom. Oh, why is that sticky? Oh, that's a terrible question. One jar of bone broth, which means that I need to begin to make more. Oh, I have bones. So, these are beef marrow bones from C4 Farms. Loud ass. And then also Circle I beef. I think that's an I. I'm not sure. Circle I and then C4 Farms. So yeah, I let them thaw and then I boiled them. Couldn't think of the word boil. I was really hoping that I had more than one jar, but I should grab that jar before I fucking forget about it. So, but you know, I should put them in the fridge before I put them in the freezer. And I promise I'll start doing that. Because this is actually a passion fruit honey puree, which I found out you're supposed to use like a tea. My husband and I just put it on muffins. So it's delicious on muffins if you don't want to have it in your tea. And I put those bones away. Finish the dishes. Now I get to work on my knitting. The next step is to put some stitches on a stitch holder. I don't have another one. I thought I did, so I'll be using scrap yarn. That's what this is called. I am very excited. I'm on the last row before I can do the sleeves. Last row, the last step before I can do the sleeves. And then the sleeves, and sleeves are always just as long as you want. So it doesn't have to be a 3/4 sleeve, but it could be. I'm gonna put it on first and figure out how long I want it to be. When I started this sweater, I weighed about 25 pounds more. So it's gonna be big, which I'm just now remembering. I've been knitting for about an hour. I got the stitches put on the pink yarn so that it'll be easy to pick up later. I got the decreases finished on this front panel of the left side of the shirt. And I need about another 2 inches of length on this panel, and then I can, how do you bind them? Bind off remaining stitches of shoulder with 3-needle method. I am going to need to learn the 3-needle method. This is not my first shirt to knit. It's just a nice one. I like knitting. It's fun. And this one's gonna be like really nice. I think it's a cotton linen blend, so it should be nice and breathable, really airy for all the friggin' heat that's about to come this summer. But also with the sleeves, hopefully it'll keep the sun off my skin. Soon is dinner, and like I said, we're having the chickpea curry. Not chicken, chickpea. It's different. It's mostly vegan. It just has bone broth. I don't know, I feel somehow disrespectful to the vegan community when I'm like, it's mostly vegan, I just add this one extremely not vegan ingredient. But like, you know, less meat, right? That's one thing the vegans like to push is less meat. That's what I'm doing. Less. Oh, bear enjoying scritches. Y'all bears. Y'all bird love it. Birds have been outside in the nice weather. Yeah, Bear loves the shade in the backyard. That is the best thing about having a 2-story house, is that you get shade. Came out here, check on the dog. He's been outside for like an hour or 2. He just likes to hang out. Oh, real shit. You see something? You see something. You gonna do anything about it? No, Bear been yelling. It's okay. He can stop now. Yeah, Bear can stop yelling. He's a good boy. I really wanted a cigarette, so I just came and looked at the garden. Instead, hung out with the bear. Update on dinner? We're about, I don't know, maybe halfway through making the curry. The pan, we have onions, we have golden oyster mushrooms from New Mexico fungi, and then we have some bell peppers. Over here, we have curry powder. This is grated ginger, grated turmeric, and crushed garlic. It is easier to grate ginger and turmeric if you freeze it. And then you can just grate it very easily. This is 1 potato and 2 carrots. And then we'll put some chickpeas in there and coconut milk. You put coconut milk at the end though, otherwise it separates and it's gross. So yeah, I'm waiting for this to cook, and then I'll add the root the grated roots, the grated ginger, turmeric, and crushed garlic. And then the curry powder. And then I will add in the remainder of this bone broth. And some water to top it off. Normally I do like a whole jar of bone broth, but there's only half a jar of liquid bone broth. The other one is frozen. Rice. Rice in the rice cooker. Who would have thought? Made the empanadas and I used guinea eggs, and I said that if you wanted to make it vegan, you could use aquafaba. That is from garbanzo beans. So I kept it, and I'll try to make something with it. I think I'll make cookies. And I'll just make them completely classic, except instead of an egg, I'll use aquafaba. I've done it before. It's chill, man. Like, it works identically, and I mean, I wouldn't say it's cheaper than eggs, but eggs are expensive. So if you want beans and also an egg substitute, get a can of garbanzo beans. I think it's like, you can do it 1-to-1 by weight. I think you can do it 1-to-1 by weight. Or you can eyeball it. We have a coconut curry with chickpeas and mushrooms. Feeling a little better this afternoon, so that's awesome. Hoping that this bowl continues to help me, because tomorrow Sean has some blood work and imaging to get done, hopefully. So I'm gonna go into the Berkey. Maybe I can get some footage. We'll see.